I just told the team I want our goal for Auburn baseball to be part of this SEC tournament on the weekend. So we really have enjoyed this experience. We want to stay and continue to be part of it. And it ends tonight for us, and we'll move on to what's next. But I think we would all agree as men that the goal is to continue on. We just didn't do enough today to get that opportunity, but this is a special tournament outside of Omaha. There's nothing like it. Hoover's a goal, a destination. It's something that our program will continue to build around and build up for it to be a meaningful event for us. And I wish Coach Bianco and Ole Miss best of luck as they move on into this weekend's play.
All right, questions for the players now.
Philip Marshall, Auburn 247 Sports. Both of you guys, big offensive struggles the last two games and really part of even the first Ole Miss game. Can you grasp exactly what's going on, why it's happening that way?
Well, I don't necessarily think that we're struggling. We're sticking with our approach. We're getting our pitches to hit. But yesterday, we kind of got ourselves out swinging at the pitches rather than getting our pitches to hit. But once we, later on in the game, once we realized what we were doing, we kind of stepped back, we reset, hit the reset button, got within our approach, and our bats got noticeably better throughout the course of the game. And that's what we're big on. We're big on approach, and as long as we stick with our approach, we have full confidence in what we're doing.
I agree with that. As long as we stick with our approach and keep it going. I mean, sometimes we're going to hit struggles, and like you said, we're going to have to hit the reset button and just stick with it and keep on going.
Anything else for the players? Thank you guys. You guys can step down. Thank you. Appreciate it. Questions now for the head coach.
Butch, the obvious question is, do you have any feel of where this puts you from a regional host standpoint? And you've had no problem campaigning all week to try to get that. Where do you feel like you feel like that's sitting right now?
Yeah, I do feel good. I wanted to win this ball game today. It's so fresh, trying to figure out how to win a baseball game. But here's my official statement: is I believe in the baseball committee. I think they're going to do what's best for college baseball. And I do believe in my heart of hearts that if there's a fifth host site awarded, it would be Auburn University. But at the same time, I think I would, instead of the 20 bullet points I have here that I could mention and talk about, I think they know what a body of work looks like. I think our name is unbelievably sitting there to be evaluated by the committee, and we'll trust whatever they hand down. But I'm excited about the opportunity for our players next week. We're excited about getting back to work and trying to grow and get better from the lessons that we learned from this week. So I'll spare all the statistics. I think those good people have some very noteworthy information in front of them to evaluate us as a chance to host. But I'm excited that Auburn gets to go to an NCAA regional. Back-to-back years for the first time in 15 years.
Jason Caldwell inside the Auburn Tigers, but it's just, offensively, you guys got base runners on, got guys in scoring position, just couldn't come up with a clutch yet. That's kind of been something that's been there, just kind of been all or nothing recently, and tonight was one of those nights where it was kind of nothing again, wasn't it?
Yeah, we played hard these entire 4 games, and I thought we pitched. I thought if you just evaluate each pitcher that we still showed some depth. I thought from the LSU series we did that in those 3 games, and also these 4 games. I thought from a pitching standpoint we can piece together enough to be super competitive in a regional. I thought defensively we did enough. I think there were a couple of well above average plays that we can make that didn't, but I thought overall that our defense was on par and ready enough as long as we continue to work and get ready. And I did think the offensive approach slipped as we moved through the games. I thought last night I really talked about a really good pitcher that set a good breaking ball, and we were swinging at it. It was more of a strike ball scenario. And today we saw, really good college pitchers, maybe guys not as hot, maybe guys that hadn't pitched as much currently. And I still believe our energy flow, especially last night, was in down the lines foul territory. There was a lot of hooking and off time. Today I was more concerned with, I'm not a hitting guru or anything, but there's a lot of take body language. There's a lot of times I thought when balls were crossing the plate, pitches were being evaluated, front foot's not down, not in really a position to evaluate, or even more concerning for me, ready to hit. So those are the things that I would take back and evaluate. There was a lot more over, under, around routine fly balls. We had a couple of swing passes that were deep to center field. I got Dylan Ingram in a pitch hit late. Got Venter with a deep hit, but most of the time we were kind of off and around and over and under. So I thought that was the one thing that, if you're going to win a championship, you have to finish strong in all three of these categories. So that's the area that I'm sitting here talking to you for us not to continue to play tomorrow. Is from an offensive approach. We scattered a few hits, but there's enough guys that I think standing there next to the on-deck circles, they walk up, it's just some smoke coming out of their ears thinking about their swings after we played so well offensively the first two games especially, that we have to understand and react properly to that as we hopefully get to play in 3 or 4 games next week.
TomGreennail.com. Butch, can you recall the last time you've seen a pitcher throw an immaculate inning like Andrew did there in the second?
Laura Rutledge asked me that, and I said, I've seen 4 or 5 pitches and get out, but that was really nice. And Andrew's first 3 innings was amazing. And I thought he settled down. He'd come out in the 4th inning, left a pitch up, the extreme up to Fortes and gets the hit, and then Dillard hits the home run 2-0. But I actually thought he reclaimed the bottom half of the strike zone. He finished 4th and really got back in the bottom of the strike zone in the 5th. His breaking ball set up. I respect his last 3 starts really well. We just never could answer any of those innings. They got a 2 spot, then they get another 2 spot, and we never just answered to be able to engage in any contest. So, but no, you don't see that very often, and it was really nice.
But it's what's the message now to your team to kind of reset as you get ready to play a regional, maybe at home, maybe on the road?
Yeah, I want to evaluate. I want to watch a little bit of the game myself. It's 4 games in a row, and I think if you have any awareness, you see that lineup did not change very much. There wasn't 2 guys in, 2 guys out. I think rather to the last at bat where we hit 3 or 4 guys. I think we had 4 guys in the 9th inning, and that was pretty much the same guy. So I think there's 10 guys in desperate need of rest for the next 48 hours, and there's probably 20 guys that could probably use some at-bats, and there's some work that been sitting over there with me a little bit. So what we'll do is we'll stay and head back tomorrow, and then we'll talk about a weight room and recycle them and get the older guys' feedback underneath them, the guys that have been starting, and get some of the young guys some work, and then all converge back together probably and have the team back unified in one spot on Monday. We're working right into regional week. So there's some meetings and stuff that we have to have here in the next 24 hours to map that out. And already got my mind kind of wrapped around where we're headed. So as soon as we figure out if we'll be playing in Auburn next week or on the road, we'll start preparing and making plans immediately from that selection show on Monday.
Get one more in.
But when you look at y'all's SEC season, the games you won, your offensive average is really substantial. And you look at the games you've lost, and there's a huge difference. Is it a momentum thing, or do you know what it is that makes it so different?
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's good pitchers in this league. I think we have some young pieces that are playing every day. I'm excited about a couple of guys that have been there all year. And I think they've exceeded their expectations, and they can really do some amazing things, and then they slow down for a little while. But a combination of two freshmen that are in our lineup that are knocking on 100 RBIs is pretty special. So we got some older guys that are playing their hearts out that when we're going good, we're kind of all go together. And so I don't know. It has been some mood swings back and forth offensively on different days. And I think our coaches are being pretty consistent. I think our players are being pretty consistent. And I think different days and different ups and downs is presented different things. But this is a ball club that, was like 19-1, and then we're 4-8, and we rallied back to 15-15, and then we're in between. So this is who we are. Now that you've played this number of ball games, we're knocking on 40 wins, and we have to accept who we are. We have to continue to work hard and prepare. And this team can be exciting. This team has defensive pieces in the middle. This team has pitching. This team has a good catcher. This team has power. We have to kind of figure out and understand this is who we are, and this is our identity, and get our best players playing the best and into a regional.